Hey there, friends. Happy Friday evening to you. I hope that all of you are having a delightful Friday evening, that you had a good week doing whatever it is you do. It's particularly nice for people, for families, so the kids can sleep late on Saturday. That feels really good. I remember those days. I also remember my teenage days, and Friday night meant cruising the parking lot at Hardee's, just riding around and around and around. Like, that was a really special thing to do. What did you guys do on Friday nights when you were teenagers? What do you do now? Do you go out and celebrate getting through the week? I tell you, when we get from Monday to Friday, that is an accomplishment, my friends. So I hope you're having a wonderful Friday evening. I have a Fleur 5x7 Big Mama journal to show you guys today. When I was, one thing, I love the Fleur pattern. I think it's very heraldic. It's something that you see a lot. And so it may be interested in the history of Fleur So I wrote a little bit down. The three petals bound together near the base of, it was the former royal arms of France, in which it appears in gold on a blue field. And I know that we see this a lot in, especially in New Orleans, we tend to see the fleur de lis. It's a very popular symbol, but it does have a lot of interest behind it. So I thought, we might chit chat about that as we are going through this sweet little journal. Not little, 5x7, and she is pretty fat, y'all. Remember, we can also use these journals as an accordion folder. We can just put this on our desk and flip through it and take out elements that we love to work on other things, embellishments or fibers or yarn or whatever you want. Remember that this is a wrap-bound journal. A wrap-bound journal is just an absolute treasure trove of things to play with, to take out and play with. We start out with a really cool art trading card kind of card. It says passion, brave, fierce, free. I love all those words. I think each one of them, you guys, you could cut out, glue to a journal page, and just go to town on that concept. There's a quote right here in the first pocket that says, "You expect to wait. You expect night to come, morning, winter to set in. But you expect sometime the land will loosen in pieces to be examined." I absolutely love that quote. The quote is by Barry Lopez, and it's from a book called Desert Notes. I just think it's very meaningful, spiritual, and moving. So in this pocket, we just have an assortment of pretty papers. We have a lot of things to write upon. So a lot of journaling opportunities for you. There are papers in the back of these pockets. Of course, we can't unload the pockets because then we have to reload the pocket, and that kind of takes forever. I believe this is from the 1986 National Geographic, the Titanic, when they went down to explore the Titanic. So interesting. We have food photography. I love food photography. Now these are brookies. It's a mix between a brownie and a cookie, but I love the way that they're cut in triangles. I think anytime that you look at the way that food is arranged, it really gives you ideas about arranging your own mixed media pieces and the ways that those different ingredients can kind of come together. So when we think about food, we think about ingredients. When we think about art, we think about the ingredients that come together in order to create that whole. This is from the 1982 World Book Yearbook. I think that is a super cool black and white photo. We have a bit of old text for you to play with. This is, I love turntables. You know, I grew up in the turntable era. I grew up in the album era. One of my first jobs was at, what did they call that place? Record Exchange? Record Bar. I think it was the Record Bar in Gastonia. And I still remember that feeling of, unpacking LPs and putting them on the shelves, the smell of them, the tactile nature of an LP, flipping through and hearing that, that noise, instead of that annoying tick, 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 when you're looking through CDs and cases now. Of course, everything has changed, and we don't get our music from LPs, or mostly, we don't even get CDs anymore. We mostly just download things online. My niece and I got to go out yesterday, and we listened to Billie Eilish. What an incredible singer. My niece really does love her. She has kind of that whispery shoegazer pop kind of vocal style. It's really interesting. This is a piece from Miss M, you guys, and it's kind of like a tasting guide for cheese. So it's cheese, date, the origin, the producer, the cheesemonger, the food pairing, the wine pairing, notes, rating, the texture of the cheese. If you're a cheese lover, you'll just love this page. It's just so neat. I love cheese. I have very specific favorites. I like blue cheese. I like shaved Parmesan. I like Vermont cheddar. I really like kind of heavy body cheeses. I love feta cheese as well. We have a few little journal prompts. This one says, "Oh snap." This one says, "Make life entertaining." I love the TV because it just reminds me of growing up with television, watching Fred Kirby on Saturday morning and learning my guitar chords by watching Fred Kirby play guitar. I think that television is such an influencer. And now, we have such a different kind of view of television. We can kind of turn it on and watch what we want, but I kind of miss those days where you had 3 stations to listen to, to watch, and that was it. You really didn't want for more. You could go to the movies and have some popcorn and watch a movie if you wanted more like visual entertainment, right? Things change. Man, do they change. A little more food photography for you. Look how pretty that looks. That's like a brownie bites thing. I love the way they're decorated. You've got a curated collage collection here that says exploring. Let's just kind of lift that out just a minute so you can kind of see the colors in here. This is a beautiful moth. Of course, all the colors go together. The concept goes together. I have a sweet little journaling card right here that says, "Listen to your heart." There's one right here that says, "Write your own story." And this one says, "Decide to rise." I love that concept. I love the concept of rising, and I love the concept of transcending, whatever is going on in your life, and just being able to be happy no matter what, which is a huge task. We're powerfully influenced by what's going on around us, when what really matters is what's going on inside us. But that's kind of a difficult place to get to. Okay, back to the Fleur de Lis, which is featured on the cover. The Fleur de Lis signifies royalty. It signifies perfection, light, and life. An angel presented Clovis, king of the Franks, with a golden lily or iris as a symbol of his purification upon his conversion to Christianity. So that's why we kind of think about a fleur-de-lis as a French symbol. New Orleans, after Katrina, I was interested to learn, you guys, that a lot of folks chose to get fleur-de-lis tattoos as it symbolized overcoming. I thought that was really super cool. The fleur-de-lis also symbolizes the Holy Trinity. The French colonized Louisiana, so that's why we see the fleur-de-lis so often in New Orleans. And, the New Orleans Saints have a fleur-de-lis symbol, as do the Boy Scouts. The Boy Scouts have a fleur-de-lis symbol. Now, theirs is not really religiously affiliated, but when the Scouts chose that symbol, it was from its use in the compass rose, and it points to the right direction. I thought that was very interesting. You'll also see a fleur-de-lis on Corvette cars, military badges, insignias and emblems. It is just a very common symbol and quite beautiful when you really break it down and kind of explore its inner workings. This is a curated collage collection that says organizing data. This is from the 1982 World Book Yearbook. A telephone, hello friend. Yesterday, the cable line, a truck pulled the cable line down from the house in Richmond. And, I'm not there. And Chris called and he was like, this is going on. I need you to handle it because I'm just the person who handles the bills and stuff. And he had to go to a show, so he really couldn't do anything about it. Oh my gosh. This has nothing to do with the cable. It had to do with there is a dangerous line, lying across the road. Somebody needs to come fix it from Verizon. I'm happy to say that someone showed up first thing this morning and did fix it, but I spent an hour holding with Verizon to fix the cable line. I finally jumped online and was able to file a report and get someone scheduled to come out there today. It was just a mess. Do you remember how Andy Taylor used to pick up the phone and he'd go, "Sarah, can you get me my house?" I was like, I miss those days. I miss just being able to pick up the phone and talk to a human being. I miss it, y'all. I know I'm old-fashioned. I am a troglodyte. I am not with it. But I miss that interaction. I miss being able to talk to people on the phone and get a problem solved. This is a beautiful relish assortment. Gherkins, olives, pepperoncini, sweet peppers, assorted peppers. And that just sounds good. Sounds Italian. Got some bird imagery for you. These are bird plates that are courtesy of the New York State Museum. A Christmas card that has some salvage script on it. From the Secretary's Manual about the proper use of English. Grievous that only my inherent acumen and consummate tact saved me. So we have correct pronunciations of these words over here. And you can see that someone went through these words and, we have an annotated study guide right here. Really neat. I have a guest check, so you can write your order to the universe. What do you want next year? Pretend you're going in a restaurant and you're sitting down and the universe says, "Well, hello, Miss Tammy. What are you going to have tonight? What are you going to have next year?" I just think I'll take a heaping helping of financial stability, and then I want a side order of Happiness. Oh, is that really a side order? I think I want a full serving of that. I think I want a double serving of happiness. So anytime you see a guest check, it's just fun to have fun with that concept. We have a lot of pretty papers to play with, y'all. I was very lucky to be able to go to Michael's before I came down here and get some really cool papers for us to play with. This is the 5th annual San Francisco Cheese Fest. I love the colors. I love the font. I love the big round of cheese right there. Just so much fun. A few sprayed papers. I don't have sprays. I don't have paint. I don't have markers. I don't have a lot of stuff with me, but I did bring some sprayed papers in my big bag of tricks. Pronunciation and enunciation guide. That's pretty. Look at the colors. You know, incorporate that visual and those colors into some of your mixed media. Never discount food photography. You really learn a lot from it. And this is our end page. We've got some emojis here. We got another guest check here for you. And this is a little card that says, Adventure Begins. So you guys, I will get this in the store either later on today or first thing in the morning. Thanks for hanging out with me on a Friday night. I wish you guys a very happy, productive, peaceful, and wonderful weekend. Take care of yourselves. Talk to you soon. Bye.